shooting. We're shooting, it looks like. Alright. Pop this bad boy open. Close that bad boy. Go home. Ooh, good. Ooh, good. Ooh, good. Perfect. I want to play arena, so we're going to play some Brawl. Brawl! We're going to brawl it out. Well, mute that. Find an opponent. Bum, 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 bum. Here we go. Tifa Lockhart versus Usurper. Mono green versus mono black. Okay. Tempting, tempting. Better. Okay. Okay, so we've ranked. So what we're going to do is we're going to play... Play Tifa. And we'll play that. Let's see what we got here. Oh, end of turn. My bad. Okay. Resolve. Okay, so... Put it on that side. Boop. Boop. Okay, okay. There we go. All right, so that was fun. I went silent in the tank. I can't do that while I'm streaming. I gotta be talking. All right, so all these are green spells. So we're gonna play some green spells, and we're gonna go at it. Boom, 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 boom. I know I played that probably a little bit wrong, but hey. We ended up getting the win still yet. Okay, green, black, grits. Okay, okay, okay. This is alright. Alright, ping ping. Yeah, I need to read what Brawl does too. And we're going to be going over with it. This is going to be one of those decks that's going to end up getting a bunch of hate too, though. I have to say the Amazonian is one of them that I like to end up watching when she ended up playing it, and it got kind of crazy. Especially with those free fetch lands. This deck's kind of built for that. Wonder. Okay, so that. Oh, we'll try it. Oh, we go first. Okay, so we'll go this into this. Okay, so now we're getting established here. I'm going to go this on this. What? Yeah, we'll attack with it. That's fine. Oh no, we didn't get a land though. You know what? We'll play it slow optimally here. No attacks. Hoping for a fetch land. Fetchy, fetchy, fetchy land. Come on, fetchy, fetchy land. That's fine. No blocks. Oh, that's perfect. So we're going to start off with boop, boop, boop. Oh no, they didn't like it. Alright, so we're halfway there and a third of way there. So let's keep it going. Stream's a little bit behind what I got going on. I got another game coming in. Here we go. Red, white. Traveling Chocobo makes me a little bit happy. Okay, okay. We'll keep this. Birds did. Another hideaway, huh? Alright. Play the birds. Next in Chocobo. Hopefully I get a land off the top, but no. Don't really have a way of protecting her. Okay, so we'll take this turn off. Took it off, but now we have a way to protect her, which is a win. No attacks. End of turn. Oh no. I think she's got the perfect answer. Well, let's find out. Okay. Good game. I have fight and stuff like that. Nah, that wasn't fun. But I also gave it out with it. Play-by-play, let's unlock. Okay. Well, it was how the cookie ended up crumbling. This is the perfect answer. That's why we didn't go crazy. Probably should have just played the land and the escape shifted, or we could have ended up winning the game. That was all on me. I got lazy. Oh no! 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 Free mulligan. Let's go all in here. Knit. Oh, it's when the equipment enters. Oh, you bastard. Okay, well, play this game. Attack you with an elk. So here's what I'm thinking. I'll put that on there. And we'll still develop the border here. Okay, okay. That's fine.
I'm gonna go vacuum out the car.
Okay. Hmm. Don't be that kind of a player. I know. Oh, there's a third one on there. I don't know. I didn't realize I could have exiled that. Okay, we got intern. We're gonna do this the good old-fashioned hard way here. Yeah, that's right. We've been beating you with the elk. And elk. Uh-oh. Now we're in trouble. Oh, you didn't want to hit the Kindress? Okay. So... we'll play that. Yeah, I kind of figured I'd have a problem with that, but I wanted to make sure. Okay, so now we got two cards in our hand. Owl bear, okay. I'm assuming you're putting two on there. Really? Next turn. No attacks. In turn. Alright, so we unlocked her. So now let's see how much fighting she's going to end up doing. May not have been the smartest thing. Okay. Okay, okay. I see what you're doing. Take action. I see what you're doing. Come on. What's taking you forever? Okay. Yep. Come on. I hope so. Come on. You know what? You're taking too long. You're a bad bear player. A bad bear player. You don't need to be taking forever on your triggers. Bad bear player. We'll claim it. We'll play. Alright. Play this until 8:30, then we'll shut her down. Okay, what we got here? Do. We'll keep this. Perfect. We'll chance it. Screw it. I'm assuming that you're going to be killing it. Yeah, I kind of figured. Take action. Okay, okay. We'll play this game. Don't stall out playing. Really? I hate it when they stall out and they don't play the game. They need to play the game. That's more irritating of a tactic. Spend 10 minutes waiting for them to play and they don't ever flip and play, and then it times them out. Game, you need to end up having something that could go over with it to be able to at least report slow play. That is definitely first class slow play. I am sorry, but that crap is stupid, and that's because they won't have a way to make it so it. Okay, so when that comes into play, I gotta remember that. We'll keep this. You know what? I'll take a chance here. Okay, that's a neat. That's a neat. So. Am I gonna play anything? No, I'm not. That's fine. Find what you want to be finding, because next turn you're dead. That's fine. Down it went. Down it went. Finally had one that went good. Okay. It's very taking chances, though, with this deck. Super chances. Ooh, I can't take chances, though, with this because of that color pairing. Let's take a free mulligan. Got nothing to keep it up, but I'll go right here. Bop. Okay, so I need one more land here. Okay, okay. Well, I need 2 more lands now. Kill my birds, huh? Let's take a chance. Get the traveling chocobo out. Doubles triggers. Maybe look at the top card. Oh, no. Thinking. Night Whisperer, you're drawing 2 cards, okay. Self-damage. Green. Okay, okay. At the beginning of your instep, create a 0/1 black wizard with the damage to each opponent. Then you can. Okay. That's fine. My turn. Okay. Yeah, we'll go that route. And then we'll go combat. Won't play a land this turn. No attacks. In turn. Pass attackers. Okay. It's looking good. It's looking good. Are we keeping this? Okay. Pass the blockers. No blocks. Resolve. Okay. My turn. Okay. This is good. So we'll start off with tap that for 2 green. Next is combat. Attack with all. No, I want to see this card. You know what? Well, that's going to help because I can't see that card, but hey. You got 2. Are you slow playing it? Good game. Good game. Perfect. Done. Traveling Chocobo. Oh my goodness. It's so amazing for this deck. It's a low drop. It doubles the triggers. And it lets you play the card off the top. That's going to be a $30, $40 card. I'm sorry, but yeah. Alright, so this is probably our last match for the day. This will probably wrap it up for today. And flag to do. Okay. 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 It's not as much as I wanted, but hey, we'll keep it. Okay, so that here's tabbed. We'll put the Boots out. No, we won't attack. Oh, I feel like we want to go this route. Make some threats going all across the board here. Okay. Send a message. Yeah. Gotta make them have it. All right, all right. What they don't know is I didn't have any gas. I had no gas whatsoever. Do we have one time for one more? Yeah, we do. Okay. We'll play one more. This will be the last one, no matter what. Even if the game's a little bit quicker side, it's gonna be still gonna be ending it. It's a nice little stream that we have going on here. Got it both on YouTube and over on Twitch. I wonder if that's the reason why that we ended up not having so much, but here we go. Currently looking match found. Okay. Mono green versus mono green. Mono or mono. Played that turn one. Oh, sir. Unless it's going to be kind of weird to do it, but hey. Okay. So I could go over here. Tifa. Oh, it comes into play tap. Damn it. Okay. Bringing the card explains the card area. Oh, a little Death Toucher, huh? These boots are made for walking, and that's what they'll do. No, we won't attack this turn. I don't like the way you're looking at my creatures here. Makes sense. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to come over here, do that, because we need a land. You're really going to make it time out? You bad person, bad. This is where they need repercussions for it. They need to be able to turn in people that slow play. Okay. All right, so we're going to wrap her up. We have played a little bit, so we're going to wrap this up and call her good. Ooh, we even got a card. We leveled up. Get a leg up. +1 and gain creatures, each creature control. Okay. So let's go over to the deck real quick. We'll pop over here, look over it. This is a quality deck that we have built up here. We got some good stuff that comes over with it. We do have some speeders that comes over with the Chrome Mox and Mox Amber. Both of these I kind of want to get from my actual deck, but that's stupidly crazy price and everything that goes along with that. So that's going to have to be a later on thing. You do have some good old spells, like this makes it stuff where it's uncounterable. This lets us play another land. This gets a minor little buff up before we end up doing it, and if they end up killing it, we still end up drawing a card. Birds of Paradise works really good with our Chocobo, our Traveling Chocobo. It gives us a +1/+1 counter and indestructible. Blossom of Defense is a way to protect it. Giant Growth is another way to boof it up. Scale Up is a nice little fun mechanic that comes over with that, where we can overload it to make everything into worms, but we normally just make her into a worm before we end up playing on land, because he still keeps her abilities and be able to become bigger, and that's less stuff that we end up needing. This automatically equips when it comes into play. That's something that went wrong with it. I thought it was going to be whenever a legendary comes into play, it will go over to it, but no, it's actually when it comes into play. Snake's Veil, Tameo Safekeeping. Limit Break is kind of a fun way that it has a universal ways that you can end up doing it. Like you see here, we could play 0 and it gets +2/+2 until end of turn, so it comes 1 to give +2/+2, which isn't bad. It's not great, but it's not bad. Or we can pay 2 extra and double a target creature's power and toughness until end of turn. Or if we get crazy and we put 8 mana altogether, 1 for the playing the spell, and then 6 for the kicker of the cost, we get to triple a target creature's power and toughness until end of turn. More game finishers. Then we have Utopia Sprawl, which is nice because that ends up putting on a nice forest, and that ends up giving that thing an additional 1 color of that. So we end up getting that forest to be able to ramp up, trying to get our turn 2 Tifa. Sometimes it can get crazy if we could put multiple lands on there because we could put turn 1, get Tifa, protect Tifa, and be able to go with it. More protection and haste, more landfall shenanigans, more ways to trigger landfall, more counters that gets triggered by landfall, protection that we have in the deck, more ramp. Overprotect is another way of protecting it. This is a little pseudo ramp. It's a little cheaper ramp, which I kind of don't know what about it, but it kind of works out decently. Ram through is a good old way of taking out a card and then also getting a huge Tifa. If we can't end up getting on the board, we could end up taking out like a 1-1 and getting that entire damage going right through into that person. Another card that's stupidly expensive, which I understand why. I want a couple of these, is that Scythe Cat Cub. Because of landfall, put a +1/+1 counter. If it's the second time that it goes over it, double your counters instead. I want this for bears, first off. Bears is Air Force One or Bear Force One, which ends up going with a +1/+1 mechanic, and this falls right in form with that deck. Swiftfoot Boots, more protection, more flexibility with Art Charm, more alliance to play with Azusa. Recovery, more land, the same thing. Ramp allows us to play more lands. Game finisher, because with this, with Tifa being out, if she becomes 4, it ends up getting, 3 lands, and that ends up being the finisher that comes over with it. More ramp. Haro's another finisher. Loot lets us play more lands. This is another threat that we could put on the battlefield, because whenever we play landfall, it doubles the number of +1/+1 counters. This is probably the lack of luster that I have with it, but it's another way you can end up getting more ramp. Lets us play lands from our graveyard, which could be a big thing. More finishers. Another threat that could come over with it, with how much ramp that we come over with it, we could good chance of us getting to 6 or more lands where we could end up making more actual scoots, and that ends up getting crazy out of crazy. Spring Bloom lets us end up looking for more lands. Tire's Provisioner is more ramp that comes over with treasures for a landfall trigger. Yes, you could do food in a pinch to be able to gain some life. Traveling Chocobo is one of the cards that I ended up loving out of this deck. I ended up picking up one for paper as well for this deck because I ended up making this into paper, so it's pretty fantastic. I haven't played it yet, but it's going to be crazy shenanigans. It lets us look at the top card, and if it's a bird or a land card, we can play it from the top of our library. And it also makes landfall triggers happen twice. So that's another big thing. It's another way to be able to finish out the game. Circular Row is another way to be able to ramp. Lets us play, or kind of with Worlds, lets us play lands from our graveyard. More ramp. I gotta keep this one on the thing because it's kind of nice, because it lets us look up for 2 basic lands and put them on the battlefield tap. I know it costs us 4, but at least lets us get 2 lands. And if we happen to make it into a creature, it vigilance, haste, and as long as this creature's on the battlefield, it's a land in additional to its other types, and it taps for 1 colorless mana. It's a 4/4 body. Whew. Some shenanigans where it's equal to the number of lands, so it's another big threat. It only can trigger once, but enters the battlefield for each of them. Conjure a duplicate on the battlefield. Oracle Medea lets us look at the top card. Scape Shift, this is another game ender. If we have Tifa on there with protection and they can't end up protecting it, we can sack as many lands as we want, and then we can end up getting any land. Any land. That's huge because it lets us get the auto fetchers where it goes over there and we may be able to get another land, so we could get a bunch of those and maybe make our game finish. So it's another way that we could end up having that. Splendid Reclamation lets us end up putting cards from our graveyard in the back. So Toski, I get it's indestructible and it can't be countered, and the +1/+1 is nice. I really feel like that. I don't know if I end up having that in here. I do not. I feel like Toski is nice, but you're going to be better off with, what's that one? That snake. Let me look it up real quick. There's a snake that ends up giving an attacking creature's death touch, and that's something that you end up wanting to have for the deck. And if there's one thing I would be suggesting to change out, that would be something I would suggest changing out. Let's look up decks. I think I have it in my Questing Beast deck. I'm on a quest. I'm on a quest. For a P. Nope, not Ambush Viper. Orange Fang. That's what you ended up cost. It's 3 and 2 green. So it costs us 5 mana altogether. It's a 2/6. Attacking creatures you control have death touch. Whenever a creature you control deals combat damage to a player, draw a card. Same thing that you get to do with Toski, but the big plus side, and I think it's worth the 1 extra mana, is where it gives death touch. Ashaya takes all these creatures and makes them into lands as well, and she ends up being as big as she can be. The way we could sacrifice a creature to be able to draw a bunch of cards. We have to have a bear, so Lumra is the perfect candidate for this deck, where the power and toughness is equal to the amount of lands that you control. And when it enters the battlefield, we get to mill 4 cards and return all land cards from the graveyard to the battlefield tapped. So those auto fetch lands are still good to be able to fetch with, even if they come into play tapped, because they just end up getting sacrificed. Primeval Titan. This is a creature that is banned in Commander. And I love the art that they have for it. And it is crazy that we're able to play Primeval Titan. Hot second tip. This is my favorite card. I even love the original one because I remember the flavor text is that when nature calls, run. Perfect, straight to the point. And honestly, with this Astral Train, the art is pretty stellar with it. And it lets us look for any lands. That's right, any lands. When it comes into play and when it attacks, we get to end up going with it. This is a game finisher, guys. Especially for this deck. This is another way we can end up getting more value from our lands. And then Awaken the Woods, this is another way we can end up ramping it into it, because with each Dryad that comes over with it, that counts as a land drop, so that means it's going to trigger landfall, and oh my goodness, that can get crazy real quick. Bishuju, who adores, is another way to be able to destroy enchantments. And I have to say that's probably the biggest thing that comes over with it that we're missing out of this deck. The automatic fetch lands I was talking about is Broker's Hideout, Cabrati Courtyard, and Riveter's Overlook. Those automatically come into play. When they come into play, they get sacrificed, and we end up looking for a forest card and putting it into play. That's another really good way of being able to get that land trigger that we're looking for. Arid Archway is a way that we end up bringing back a land to be able to keep on the landfall going on. Another one, if you're playing EDH, is Ghost Town, where you can end up bouncing it back from your opponent's turn and be able to play it the next turn, which is amazing to be able to have that guaranteed fetch or landfall trigger that you're looking for. Nykthos is just because, well, all the counter or all the stuff you have for green, you're going to be able to tap that and be able to have some kind of crazy ramp that you end up needing. Promise's Vein is a poor man's fetch land, is the way to say that, because you could pay 1, sacrifice it, look for it. So is the Shire Terrace. Terramorphic Expanse. I don't know if I... Oh, and Evolving Wilds are the free, well, super budget fetch lands where you can sacrifice this and look for a basic land that comes into play tapped. Most of the other fetch lands, they don't come into play tapped. Urza's Cave lets us look for any lands. So the big thing about this deck is that it goes off, and it goes off crazy. The biggest I've made Tifa so far was a 512, and that was because I have a Traveling Chocobo that was on the board, and oh my goodness gracious, great balls of fire. I escape shifted, and I'm glad that Arena was keeping up with that. You also have that creature that you can end up having. I don't know if it's available on Arena or not. Let me pull it up